वेलकम। आज का जो ये वीडियो लेसन है इसमें हम लोग लर्न करेंगे द एक्सप्रेशन फॉर टॉर्क एक्सपीरियंस्ड बाय ए रेक्टेंगुलर लूप व्हेन इट इज प्लेस्ड इन अ यूनिफॉर्म मैग्नेटिक फील्ड। सो द टॉपिक्स नेम इज टॉर्क experienced by a current carrying rectangular loop in a uniform magnetic field. Right? So we have a rectangular loop whose length is L and breadth is B. So the length of the loop is small l and breadth of the loop is small b. A current I flows through this. I P Q R S, and there is a magnetic field B. So P Q R S is the rectangular coil B is the magnetic field, I is the current, and L is length, B is breadth. Therefore, L into B is area of coil. And N is number of turns. Now study the situation. When this rectangular loop is placed in this magnetic field, what happens? Every conductor, that is PQ, QR, RS and SP, all four parts of that rectangular loop is experiencing a force due to magnetic field because they are carrying current. So we all know the formula of current carrying conductor, that is F is equal to VIL sin theta. We have to use this expression here. So one by one we will write for all four sides. So force on PQ, it is BIL. So BI small l and sine 90 because the angle is 90. Sine of 90 degree. So this is BI small l. Now come to force on QR. Force on QR is again B I small b sine 0 degree, because the angle between this direction of current and B is 0, because the two are parallel. So the answer is 0. Now force on RS. Force on RS, again BIL. Sine of 90 degree. So this is BIL. Question 2. And force on SP is again BIB sine 180 degree, because the direction of current is this and magnetic field is this. So angle is 180 degree and sine 180 degree is 0. Now just to see, the side PQ is having a force BIL and side RS is also having the same force BIL. But what actually is the difference? The difference is in its direction. How do we get the direction of this force? By Fleming's left hand rule. So applying Fleming's left hand rule, what Fleming's left hand rule says? If we stretch the three fingers, the forefinger, the central finger and the thumb in such a way that all three are mutually perpendicular, and if magnetic field is shown by the forefinger, current is shown by the central finger, then thumb shows the direction of the force. Now apply this rule to these two sides. Okay. Now current is in the upward direction, magnetic field is this one. So we have to put our finger in such a way that this shows the magnetic field and this shows the current. So in this way we can get the idea. The thumb is inward, so the force on this PQ is like this and is BIL. And similarly if you go for RS, and again B towards the magnetic field, the central finger towards the current, then the thumb is outward, so the force is. So first it is inward and second it is outward. Now you see the situation. We have two forces acting like this, BIL and BIL. And this distance is B, small b. So these two equal and opposite force, and they are not collinear also, they constitute a couple. And moment of couple is called torque. So these two, so the pair of forces BIL is not collinear, so they constitute a couple, right? And moment of couple is force into perpendicular distance. Moment of couple is called torque, denoted by tau, and force is BIL, distance is B. And what is L into B? It is area. So BIA. Expression for torque is BIA, and that is for one turn. So if N is number of turns, then torque is NBIA. and this actually is the expression for maximum torque. You may be thinking, sir, if the coil is not placed like this, if it is placed such that the normal to the plane of coil is making an angle alpha, then you will get the general case. So if normal to the plane of coil is making an angle alpha to the magnetic field, then you will get general expression of the torque is NBIA sin alpha. And this torque is maximum. So when alpha is 90 degree, like this, here the plane is in such a way, the perpendicular to the plane of the coil is making an angle 90 degree with direction of B, then alpha is 90 degree, then you will get tau maximum and is equal to NBIA. This you have already done. So we have considered a case where the torque is maximum for the simplicity, but we can write the general formula also, and this is again very important for your numerical practice, right? So this is the expression for torque experienced by a current carrying rectangular coil. I think the thing is very clear to all of you. So after this, we will apply this concept to moving coil galvanometer. That will be our next video lesson. Thank you very much.